My name is Max, I work for CAOS. We want to start a new series introducing our partners. So I have here today Gregory Blaser from our consulting partner, Bmpartner. Welcome, Gregory. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
So tell me, who is Bmpartner and what is your specialization?
We're a boutique consultancy based in Switzerland. We have been established in 2011, so active for about 10 years now. We specialize in large and complex IT projects and programs. That's the one part. The other part is strategic consulting of IT departments and sales departments. So that's basically our core competency. What we usually do is within these large projects and programs that we staff some strategically important positions to ensure the success of the whole undertaking there. And usually these projects where we're working on, they have a significantly higher volume than our annual revenue. So that's kind of special. I guess within this business.
Okay, so tell me, what would be the ideal client for you to show your expertise in the field?
Usually, these are organizations which are facing a critical change. So that might be the introduction of a new ERP solution. That might be the reorganization of a unit or of the whole company to align better to the market. So some really important projects for these companies. And usually for these projects, the experience is not in-house available, and it's also not worth building it up because you need it for like 1, 2, 3, 4 years. And afterwards, you won't have such large projects again for quite some time, and that's where we usually come in.
Very good. So that means CAOS and Bmpartner, we partnered with you on topics around identity and access management. Why is this relevant to your clients?
Actually, with the increasing integration between different IT services and the best of breed approach, which is coming to companies more and more, requires a secure solution for identity and access management. Because the integration is the important part there. You have a lot of different solutions, and the one thing in the middle is usually that the user can log in with his own account to facilitate all the processes within these different solutions. Also, customer processes are frequently affected. Usually, if in a B2C market, it's just another login from the customer point of view. So that's also a high threshold to register for a new offering, and there the identity and access management is an important part. If you can use a pre-existing login, it makes things so much easier. Also, it's often a side issue within the project. It's a very, very narrow topic, but incredibly deep with a complexity that is often not fully understood by IT and business units. And that's also why there's a lot of old world know-how with the corresponding ideas of how we have done things in the past and how we were doing things. And this doesn't really help to facilitate some modern and sleek use cases. For example, why can't I sign up for a new car insurance based on a Google login with some additional security features, and then off we go? So these thoughts are often prevented by a bit some old world thinking. So basically, with more digitization and more electronic processes, it gets more and more important to have a good identity and access management set up in place. And that's not just the solution, it's also the governance around it, which is the key problem in most units or most organizations. And that's the important topic, why we are partnering and why identity and access management is one of our key topics.
So I understand it's a very key issue sometimes in some of the projects, even though it's only a foundational service or maybe a side topic or a perceived side topic. How does the partnership between the two firms strengthen your projects? Do you have an example?
Yeah, actually, it's important to have a close cooperation between the consulting part, the business part, and the technical implementation, because as I mentioned before, it is a narrow topic, so it becomes very technical and very deep, very fast. So that requires a high level of technical competence within the consulting. It's also easier to show customers stuff and show it on a proof of concept, show it on a living example where you can click it, where you can see it, where you can experience it. That makes it much easier than just some PowerPoint slides, which is a bit of a consultant thing there. So we want to create facts. We want to show customers what's what. We're currently having a project in a large organization with over 10,000 employees and over 800,000 annual customers. And there we're currently developing the guidelines for the implementation of a new identity and access management solution, and to see what's already there and what needs to be done to future-proof the whole setup there.
Great. So maybe one final question. What do you think are the 3 most important points to look out for in the area of identity management from your perspective as a consultant?
Well, I guess the first and foremost is don't underestimate this issue. Address it early enough and solve it cleanly. It's worth investing time there. This saves a lot of trouble in the project and especially also in the later usage for your employees and also for your customers. It's also worth mentioning as a second point, maybe to break with all patterns. Modern approaches can really bring some added value to the game, as well for the administration and also for the user. So that's an important as well. And the third topic, maybe that's not business building for consultancies and implementers, but build up internal know-how. Kickstarted with some good external consulting. There's a lot of bad external consulting also. Take your time to find your partner which suits you. Then build up a topic manager internally, which will lead the topic in the future, so that the solution really becomes sustainable, because it will develop over time, and you need someone to have someone in-house which can develop this topic over time. So that's, I guess, the three most important points in this area.
Good. So do not underestimate the issue. Break with old patterns and also build up internal know-how.
Exactly. A lot of other points as well, but I guess that boils down to these 3 key points.
Great. Yeah, thank you very much, Gregory, for the time. We definitely look forward to working with you in future projects, and happy to have you here. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you as well, and see you soon.